our world.
We're the pride of South Australia. We're the mighty Adelaide Crows. Welcome to the Rush Hour Friday edition. We're up and about, obviously, because the Crows won the Showdown last night. Ooh. Underdogs, we all picked them. We all picked them to win last night. We picked our medalists. And Jars,
Yes, mate.
you picked Adelaide to win and Saligo to win the medal. He's getting the round of applause. He's just soaking that up.
Yes, welcome, Bern. Yep. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yes, terrific performance. On the back of Rory Sloane saying goodbye. Yep. There's no question that the boys inspired Sloaney. Yep. And Sloaney inspired the boys. There's no question about that. But Saligo was terrific. But there was so many good players for the Adelaide Crows yesterday. Well, no, we were just talking about young Keen's performance in the first half. Yep. Wonderful. We'll review the Showdown next. So that was I won't give too much away.
A lot of parts to that, but there's a big soft underbelly at Port Adelaide that we need to discuss as well.
Concerns down there,
and some unhappy. All my mates that are Port Adelaide supporters are fed up. Had enough. They said they're not going anymore. Like that's how bad it's got. With this, the continual turning up to it. We all spoke about how big the game was leading in, and they just turned up. For whatever reason.
About that, sure.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit.
You got the big boys on again.
The big boys?
Yeah, the big boy, I said. Tex.
He's coming on again.
Well, we had him on.
We've had him on 6 times this week.
I know, Bern.
4 times today, and that's Greg.
Now, isn't there a big announcement regarding his family that we'll need to ask him?
Well, I think he may be
elsewhere.
On tour.
Is he
He's on tour somewhere.
He's on tour now?
Yeah, well, they win a Showdown.
And then is he?
He's
end of season trip.
Yeah, he's
end of season trip.
Well, I tell you, it'd be very similar to that with the people he's with.
Because they got a bit of time off too, haven't they?
I won't give too much away, but he's on tour with some dangerous people. And we'll talk about that next.
We'll check in with him
when we're talking to him.
All right, okay.
All good.
$1,000 to give away.
Yep.
Text messages.
We gave away 22,000. We're just giving away money left, right, and centre.
That's what we're all about. And we love doing it.
That was great down there last night.
Brilliant.
I thought it was
Thank you, Maccas.
Yep,
very good.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
Text messages too. I reckon the Port fans
angry.
Get going. Yeah,
we should have gone to the
Kenny's.
phones.
Yeah, okay. Now,
well, there's one here already.
It doesn't say phones on our booklet, but send us a text. What is the number, Greg?
0488851047. Gary from Showdown Park has texted in. If Port still got the tarps.
Actually, I know where they are. I'm serious. Yeah, a mate of mine's got the tarps.
What's he using
about 8
them
or 9
for?
of them. No, he's kept them in his warehouse there.
Has he?
Yeah, he's got them. He's dead set
Same
got them.
sponsors though. You'd probably have to change the
have to change
print.
them, but yeah.
Dad actually, Farmer Tim texted me last night when the Port's league side rocking up.
Farmer
bit of a
Tim's
low blow
back.
from his.
He's sharp.
Don't kick them while they're down. It's
Well, until they turn up in big games, Greg.
That's right. Finals, showdowns, and
Collingwood
the bigger
last
teams.
week or the other week, whenever that was.
And they got Geelong next week.
Yes, they have. Without their skipper. That's another topic.
We'll talk about that as well. So, big show coming up. I may or may not have stolen something as well last night. That I want to
so
talk
now
about.
you're pinching
Just
stuff.
I need to get it off my chest.
You've got a problem.
Yeah, I've got a lot of problems, actually. Good point. It's the rush hour.
You're listening to Triple M's Rush Hour with Bernie, Bluey and Jars.
Down. Adelaide have won. They've won their last 3 showdowns. And they're 28-27 on the showdown ledger as well. A big, big win for the Crows. 30 points over Port.
Big win for Adelaide last night. They never really looked like losing, did they? Kicked 5 of the first 6 goals. Darcy Fogarty kicked the first couple. They were on fire early. Every time they went inside 50, they scored. And it was just too easy. It was too easy early, and Port Adelaide didn't turn up for whatever reason. Won some key stats, though, Port Adelaide. Don't get me wrong. Plus 10 in inside 50s, but the defence of Adelaide held up. Plus 10 in clearance, but again, the defence held up. And then plus 14 in contested footy. If you win those 3, you generally win the score. So win the game. So it's I don't know. It's a sort of a disappointing again approach from Port Adelaide, who turned up in a big game, which we spoke about, which was spoken about all week with Port Adelaide, and they didn't do it again. So and you can say it's unfair to question them again, but I don't think it is unfair because they've turned up again and gave the same result.
What if Port Adelaide had have kicked straighter? I know they didn't, but if they, I watched the first half with Jars.
Yep.
And we felt like they were really coming, but they just couldn't get it through the big ones. If they I mean, 5 goals, 18.
In the third quarter, they looked like they were coming pretty hard, didn't they? But they did miss. Travis Boak missed one you'd probably pencil in. But
hit the post a couple of times.
The pressure from Adelaide was almost that there's a pressure rating. So the average is 180. Adelaide were up over 200 for most of the game,
night,
which over 200 is off the charts. To average that for a whole game is elite. And Adelaide aren't that great in the pressure rating, consistently for the year. If you look at the table, I think last night our statsman said they were about 14th or something for pressure, or 13th. So to turn up and give that sort of effort in a big game, that's what big game players do, or teams that play well in big games, they turn up the pressure. Port Adelaide didn't handle the pressure, and Greg, you asked if they kick straight. Did you see where they were having some of their shots from? They were all pressured to the boundary or pressured running shots at goal. Yes, there was a couple you go, they probably could have kicked them, but there was where they were having them from. The pressure on the footy from Adelaide, elite. So some decisions we'll talk about, and we spoke about pre-game, the selection decision around Connor Rosie. Me and Greg pretty strong that I definitely wouldn't have played him. As soon as I heard it was a soft tissue and it was a hamstring, you don't recover in 6 days. So the risk going forward, not so much just getting through last night, but going forward, if he re-injured it, you missed 3 or 4 weeks. It wasn't worth the risk for me.
Yeah, but the club doctors signed off on it.
Yeah, well, they did.
The club captain signed off on it. So the coach plays him.
It's not. I'm not saying it's the coach's fault.
I don't know why Kenny's taken responsibility for it.
It's nothing to do with Kenny.
The player made the decision. The club captain, so he's got to own it.
Yeah, it's either Connor Rosie or the medical staff. They've all put their hand up, but it was. Well,
he had no influence on the result. And at the end of the day, the Crows shut down the corridor for Port Adelaide, which is what their DNA is. And again, Port Adelaide 5 goals, 18, 5 more scoring shots for a 5-goal loss. That's what they've got to explain.
Yep.
In their review as a football club and what they do moving forward. The same thing I said about the Adelaide Crows after their couple of losses. This is where it's at now for Port Adelaide. Where do they go next? With who?
I think you've got to delve in a little bit deeper than that. It was the ease in which Adelaide scored off turnover. Every time they turned it over, especially in that first quarter and a bit, every time they turned the ball over, didn't matter if it was in the front half, back half, it was like it was training. It was almost like, and I said it on that, it was like 18 v 12 or 18 v 14 that you do at training, match sim type stuff, Jars, where the offensive team get a chance of ball move. It was like that because they were just numbers. It was just overlap, run and handballs, space through the middle of the ground. I just think they didn't turn up to defend. There was little things. Connor Rosie let someone run past him at one stage where they just created overlap, and they
Darcy
just took
Byrne-Jones. His performance was terrible. Like
Ollie
missed
Wines,
tackles. Dan Houston, his attack on the contest was poor. They're all questions that they have to be answered by not only
Marshall again in a big game.
Todd Marshall struggled. But it was a complete performance by the Adelaide Crows. No question about that.
Butters, Horne-Francis, exceptional. Horne-Francis,
there's too much reliance on these boys. They're getting tired. And they don't have midfield depth. Port Adelaide, they've got 3 players, and then it drops off the cliff.
We love AFL, and it constantly amazes me how quickly this great game can change. 2 or 3 weeks ago, Crows and now all of a sudden they've just got a little spark happening. And once they get past the next couple of weeks, they've got Brisbane next week. Good time to get Brisbane.
Yes.
Then Collingwood, which we're probably not expecting, and then they've got a run of teams that, if they're playing half decently, they could beat. So, but Port Adelaide started the season very well, and now they're getting asked the same questions they've been asked the last couple of seasons, to be frank.
Thought Adelaide's defence held up so well.
Outstanding.
Worrell. And it's probably unfair to just pick out those two, but their whole defence and the pressure on the footy from the mids was outstanding. Didn't allow Port Adelaide. They had a lot of inside 50 numbers. They were plus 15, plus 20 at one stage. It was ridiculous. But the pressure on the footy and the positioning of defenders, Keane in particular, were on Dixon early when it was coming in hot. It was coming in a lot. He just stood up, took intercept marks, intercept possessions. I just thought that was a big step forward for Adelaide.
And Jake Saligo, outstanding performance, but young Keane was, he could have won the Showdown medal as well.
Yep. No,
well done to Jake.
He was in the vote. So, Jars, just as you mentioned Saligo, this is you last night saying who you thought might win it. Torp over the Torrens.
I'm going Crows and my boy Jake Saligo to win the Showdown medal.
Oh, I like that.
All right?
That would be
beautiful.
There you go, Jars.
You weren't. You thought it was ridiculous.
Well, I
off
said
air.
Darcy Fogarty, and then he kicked the first two. And I was like up and about.
We interviewed him after the game. I said, you had 2 in the first 5 minutes. Were you doing the maths? Were you thinking maybe you could kick 45, 50 tonight?
And
he goes, yeah, I was doing the maths. And then, but I know he can't do maths, so he got a bit lost.
Did we also talk about Connor Rosie and possibly that hamstring under fatigue last night as well, Molly?
The problem's going to be, Bern, when that's fine at training and stuff, but was he under fatigue? Was he was he trying to get away from someone trying to hunt him down?
And he's a speed. That's his strength. He's a speed player. He's explosive speed. Got to be able to burst. You can't have a doubt.
Yeah. Right. And then Kenny after the game said, clearly under fatigue. That's what got him.
Yeah, I made a mistake playing Connor Rosie tonight. All the information I could get was Connor was able to, and I seen it with my own eyes, he was actually able to run as fast as he needed to, kick as long as he needed to. But once fatigue set in tonight, that was clear. I can try and hide behind it, but I'm not cowed when it comes to owning a mistake, and that was what it was.
Nothing to do with Kenny.
Why would he say coward?
Well, he's trying to put himself out there and say, I made a mistake, put the hand up. But he's taken the fall for others that have made that decision. Of course he is. Which is, I guess that's okay if he wants to do that. But it's nothing to do with him. Connor Rosie put his hand up. Medical staff ticked it.
He needs to own it.
Yes, he needs to. And I think that's on the bench. You could see he was like, I've made a mistake here. But
what's that, Molly?
Oh, Molly's had enough of the footy talk.
Just letting you know where you're at.
Morning,
Let's wrap that up.
Are you getting text messages galore?
We'll
just read one.
Lots. Okay.
Let's touch on a few next.
There's one here. Genuine question. Is Charlie Dixon finished? Very slow, well beaten. One of the worst individual performances I've seen from a key forward of his reputation. Matt from Mount Barker.
Okay. That's harsh. We might get into a few of these next.
Are we going to do that, are we?
We'll go through a few, because why not, Jazz?
That's a brutal text message regarding Shark. Last week he kicked 4.
Why'd you hold your 5 fingers up when you said 4?
You
didn't have your thumb. Don't take your thumb in now. I caught you.
It's Triple M's Rush Hour with Bernie, Bluey and Jazz.
Not 5.
We're getting you ready for the weekend. You're listening to Triple M's Rush Hour with Bernie, Bluey and Jazz. You can get in touch at any point throughout the show via the Automasters text line. That number's 04 885 1047.
Yeah, we just reviewed the Showdown, didn't we? Some positives for Adelaide.
Best of our ability. Yes, we did.
What was that? And some negatives towards Port Adelaide in big games. And the text line's blown up, Greg.
Oh,
what
there's
are they
just
saying?
Can't get through all of them, but you'll get the gist. Sean from Ridgehaven. Everyone knew Rosie wasn't right. Even the betting companies didn't have Rosie in their over and under disposal market. Wow. Porter creating a habit of this. Also, no leadership at the back, no craft up front. The Hornet went up front. Who's the Hornet?
Horn Francis.
Right, up front to show the older boys what hard work is. Disgrace.
He's a star.
He's a superstar.
Greg from Seafood Meadows.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, well done,
also, what else have we got here? Rob from Adelaide, not happy Jam. Why play injured players? If I perform that way they did last night, I'd be sacked. And down to the Cattery to get another thumping. He gave it a 2 out of 10 last night. 2. Did I say it was Rob from Adelaide?
Yeah,
you did.
3 times.
Keep going.
One last one on a positive note for the Crows. Question, lads, is Keane and Worrell quickly becoming the best key defenders under 25? That's from Michael from Port Noarlunga.
Yeah, not a bad point. Don't know if Worrell's a key defender. He's sort of like that third tall, isn't he? He's a bit like a Jake Lever, actually. That sort of build. You wouldn't want him to lock down on a Chuck
But does
Dixon.
he take intercept marks?
Yep. He does.
Good.
Yep, he
well,
does.
He's going to develop into a very good player there.
Yep, and I like he's reliable with his left foot. No, I like him. They don't know if they're the best two in the comp.
Can we not let Jordan Butts kick deep in defence?
I don't think he wants to kick.
Just handball. Just someone run around behind him.
Sometimes he's right back. There's no.
He looks nervous, doesn't he? He goes,
opposition pull back when he's got it.
Just give him the ball. But he played very well though, Butts.
Very good. The defence held up last night.
I thought they were terrific
early.
Yeah.
Hey, Bern, last night you were obviously working for Triple M,
yes.
but you had a little job to do down on the ground. You were down there and did everything go all right? Like, were you dressed appropriately? What was the...
Not really.
No?
I had to interview Sloaney on the ground announcement. So it was obviously goes all around the ground. And sometimes when you're at the game, it goes a bit lost, that stuff. Our boy Tomo does it, actually.
He does a good job.
What's his full name, Josh?
Tomo.
Yeah, what's his...
Bricklayer Tomo.
Yeah, first and last
Jeff.
name.
It's Mark
Jeff
Thompson.
Mark Thompson, is it? Trying to go again? Jeff Thompson?
Jeff Thompson, is it? So what happened? How'd you go with Sloaney?
Good. The interview, and everyone, because it was Sloaney and he's been a fan favourite and everyone absolutely loves the way he's gone about it through his 255 games it was. 16 years, long time.
Good, yeah.
It was dead silence. So everyone stood up. And
Maybe it was your
in.
questioning.
No, my questioning was ordinary, Greg. But I turned up to do the Triple M stuff. I knew I had to do that, but I just thought it was a small part. But they weren't happy with the way I was dressed, Jars and Greg.
Actually, what did you have on?
You did look a bit daggy.
I had chinos and a
Like
Puma hoodie.
You did, Burn. You
Puma
didn't
hoodie.
You weren't sharp, but did you pinch an item?
Well, they said it'd be good to have some Crows gear on. So I said, I don't have any Crows gear. No. So Adam Kelly, footy manager of the Adelaide Footy Club, was there close.
Pockets,
I wanted one of those jackets, those good big jackets. And I was eyed off a few. And I said, that one would fit me. No one wanted to give them up because I think they knew what was going to happen. Anyway, Adam Kelly had a polo, a Crows polo on underneath. Right. And then he had this, this long sleeve Crows sort of attire on.
You ripped his clothes off.
He said, you can wear this for the interview, but
give it
I
back.
need it back.
So then what happened?
Well, I did the interview.
And then what happened?
Straight up to the commentary box. And I've still got it on now. I thought I'd wear it in. Because I'm representing the Adelaide Footy Club because they had such a good win last night. Why doesn't all the
past players get one of those? Instead of getting a scarf and a badge?
A bit short.
It is a bit short. Obviously, he's a wee man.
So, I just said, look, I can't promise anything.
Don't give it back.
And not only can I not promise anything, I can basically promise that you won't never see this again.
Good boy.
But it doesn't quite fit, so I'm hoping I can do a bit of a trade. If I trade back and get a large or something.
Whenever are you going to wear that again?
I'm not going to take this off for a while, Greg. It already it smells like him, and then I've just added to it now. It's not a great smell, but you know what? I'm representing Jars, and that is an official stolen piece of merchandise that they'll never see again unless I get some more in return.
See, it's like Kenny. He owns it. He's stolen something and
he
owned
owns it.
Yes. Yeah, I like it.
I now own it. Yeah, it's mine.
It's your Friday edition of Triple M's Rush Hour with Benny Vince, Greg Blewett and Andrew Jarman. Tex will join us after 5 to chat all things the 55th Showdown.
G'day, Brett from Wingfield. Welcome.
How are you, John?
That's the boy.
He's up and about.
Who's your footy side?
I'm a Port man.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
A Port
I'm
man.
herding Port man.
Oh. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Big games, question marks, and couldn't deliver again.
Oh, I hate to say it, but unfortunately I think the big fella Chuck could be a few dollars spared.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Bit of list management, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
He wasn't their worst.
He
last
wasn't.
night,
He wasn't.
No, he tries his guts out and he busts his ass and he's got a great set of hands, but we need some speed and some,
Something's got to change, Brett.
Yes.
It does.
Freshen it up. Bretty boy, you love the quiz?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, right. So you should get 10 out of 10 because Greg Blewett gave you a clue, question 10.
Yep.
You only got to answer 9 and get them correct, and you got $1,000 thanks to Automasters.
Sounds good.
Let's play.
How many points did Adelaide win the Showdown by last night?
Pass.
Connor Rosie was subbed out of last night due to what injury?
Hamstring.
What team finished the regular season on top of the A-League?
Oh, Perth.
What player holds the record for the most goals kicked in a Showdown history?
Redgrave.
How many teams are in the sample?
9.
Who is the only player to play 100 games for both Collingwood and Carlton? Triple M footy caller.
Daisy.
What country is Rafael Nadal from?
Spain.
What sport is Jason Day associated with?
Golf.
What was Port Adelaide's scoreline last night?
Pass.
What community footy club did Greg Blewett play for as a junior?
Angerson.
How many points did Adelaide win the Showdown by last night?
43.
Oh,
Why are you laughing at that?
Bretty, they're tough. These are brutal questions.
Greg said they're easy.
No,
It was
I
shocking.
feel for Brett.
Never said they were easy.
All right, mate. Now let's go. Okay, Molly, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just double checking with you because I couldn't
Thank
hear.
you, Molly.
Okay, here
Thank
we
you, Ben.
go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct.
Brett, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's pressure, my friend.
That's what Port Adelaide copped last night. Bit of pressure.
I was trying to forget about the last night's scores, and I had to bloody relive them.
Well played anyway. Thanks for
5-18.
playing, my friend. Now, what's he picked up, Molly?
He scored a double to the Penrite Pro MX Championship, which flies into South Australia this weekend. You can search Pro MX at Gillum for tickets. Well done.
Awesome.
Good boy.
Thanks, Brett.
Take care, mate. Keep up the good work.
Good on you, fellas. And Molly?
See you.
Good on you, Bretty.
Bye.
Where's that prize, Molly? You just read out.
It's hard to read.
No.
Pro MX, is that right?
Where is it?
What's that?
I don't know.
Is it bike?
It's
BMX?
Gilman.
Sorry,
said
are
Gillum.
are you now the
Yeah,
professor of
it's
English on
Gilman.
this
And he
team?
couldn't find it either.
Pro MX Gilman for tickets. You said Gillum.
Did I?
Yes, she did, Molly.
Oh, okay.
So that
I'm
makes a
glad
big
we brought
difference,
that
does
up.
it?
It does.
What sport is it?
It's motor racing.
Is it? Motor racing.
You
So
have
it's
no
car
idea.
racing, is it?
Yeah, it's Penrite. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
no, they sponsor. They have a team in the V8s, but it's not the V8s.
Number 1, please, Greg.
30 points the Crows won by
Good
last
boy.
night.
Number 3, Greg.
Central Coast Mariners finished top of the A-League.
Number 4, Bernard.
Number 4, Taylor Walker's kicked the most goals in Showdown history.
Yes, thank
Kicked
you.
7 one game, I think.
Number 5, please, Greg.
10 teams in the SANFL.
Yeah. And number 9, thank you, Greg.
Number 9, the Port score last night was 5 goals, 18.
Not good.
No. You got to finish
18.
off. Yeah, it's a lot, Greg. It's a
Did
lot.
we?
It's motocross.
Motocross. So it's not.
Yeah,
If
it's
you're going to
still-
pick up Gillam,
I've got
you've got to
motor-
know
motor
what sport
racing.
it is.
Gilman.
Yeah, so if you're going to pick up the,
Yeah, but you just said Gillam as well.
No, I
so-
said if you're going to pick up on Gillam, what she said, get the sport
All
right.
right, let's go to a break.
Oh, he's just sculled his foot. Oh, no.
Okay.
He's feeling sick.
It's your Friday edition of Triple M's Rush Hour with Benny, Bluey and Jars. Tex Walker to join us on the line after 5. You can get in touch with the boys at any point throughout the show via the Automasters text line. That number's 04885 1047.
Quick text message here. Josh from Cherry Gardens talking about how the Sample won the Showdown as well, the Crows team, by
Yes, they
41
did.
points.
Yep.
And he's talking about how the development is going very nicely because of the Sample. The Adelaide Football Club's recruiting and talent development is not looking so bad now. Hey, Andrew, after you were absolutely smacking the Crows just 2 weeks ago and calling for a full review inquiry.
I still believe they should, Josh.
Oh.
Don't 2 games they've
Okay.
won, which is good. Wait till end of the year, Josh, before you start throwing some more gunpowder at me. But I still think they need to review every department, and most clubs do.
Okay, thank you.
On Triple M's Rush Hour.
Fox ship. Diaz gets his maiden. Golden Monkey draws up and goes clear.
It's time for the Rush Hour multi.
Yeah, all thanks to Jig Racing on fire at
Can
the
you let the
moment
bed
too.
finish first?
No, it's just music at the end. Whip it good. You wanted to hear that again, did you? I'll whip you good in a minute.
Fuck shit.
Yeah, fuck shit, please don't.
Yeah,
That scared me.
What's that, love?
Fuck shit.
I thought you swore.
You were nearly...
Man, you know
I
what,
was
Molly?
nearly getting the
if
dump
we
ready.
swore, we swore.
Yeah,
What are they
Really?
going to do? Shut us down?
that means we're
Yeah.
real. Hey, all thanks to Jig Racing, as we said. Get on, download the app today. First week is free.
Yes, Ben.
Multi this weekend, just 2 legs. Caulfield we're going to, Jars.
Thank you, Bern.
A little bit of value here. Caulfield, race 2, number 1. Marwalock for the win.
Like it.
You like the name?
Is it a mare or a gelding?
No, it's not you, a nightmare. Caulfield into Caulfield race 7, number 5, El Solidio.
El Dorado.
No, don't get the punters confused. I need to repeat this. Caulfield race 2, number 1, Marwalock for the win. Caulfield race 7, number 5, El Solidio for the place. That'll give you odds of just under 350 for that. And now we're on to our footy multi. Last week, got it over the line, boys, at some good value, up around $6.50, $7, I think, from memory. Got our legs over the line, so we're happy with that. Tonight, Carlton Collingwood. What are we going with?
I'm going with Charlie Curnow, one of my favourite players, to kick at least 3 goals on a very nice night
3
in
goals.
Melbourne.
Oh, nice. That'll give you $1.74, Greg. Like that.
Thank you.
Jamie Elliott to kick 2 goals.
Jamie Elliott into 2 goals. $2.10. I like that, Jars. 2 goals. Does pop up in these. He's a big game player.
He's a very good player.
And good shot on goal.
Nice.
I'm going to go Collingwood to cover the line tonight at $1.90.
Okay.
Which is 10.5. They can lose by up to 10 points
yeah.
or win the game. $1.90.
What's
that
the
comes
total?
to $7.40. So good odds again, boys. And
Good.
we are on.
We are
on
here.
here.
We are. Thanks to Jig.
Thanks to Jig Racing
I just
and
mentioned that.
gamble responsibly. Yeah, welcome back to the 5 o'clock hour. We're here till 5:30 tonight, being a Friday night. We go to the Friday huddle and then off to Triple M will be rocking footy from the MCG. 90-odd thousand expected tonight, boys. Carlton v Collingwood.
It's gonna be
How
great.
good. Imagine being security at this game.
Good luck.
There will be. The Carlton fans are starting to believe this year, and they think it's their year. Won a couple of finals last year. They're getting excited because they're around the mark again. And Collingwood, obviously, premiers last year. So, and their supporters are crazy. They're nuts, both of them. I know all supporters can be a bit silly, but those two in particular hate each other. So I'm looking forward to that one. Now, your new segment. I liked this last night. I got a little taste last night. So we're going to go again, Jars.
Right.
I didn't realise there was actually notes on this to prepare us.
So it's footy at 5 for the 5 o'clock family, even though we finish up at 5:30.
It's got an opener?
Yes, it has. And Greg, you'll and all the footy issues over the last 24 hours. And Bern and I will have an opinion. If you've got one,
Yep.
absolutely. If you haven't got
Can I
one,
pass?
we move on.
Yeah.
You've got to have an opinion.
Yeah, okay, but let's go.
On Triple M's Rush Hour, it's footy at 5.
Hey,
We Crows win the showdown last night by 30 points. Right. Can now the Crows make the finals?
Bit early.
No for me.
Bit
No
early.
for you?
Bit early.
Okay.
Yeah, don't just hold your powder.
Okay. Jake Saligo, brilliant last night, won the showdown medal. Is he now the Crows' most valuable young midfielder?
By a fair way.
Oh,
Yes.
Absolutely. And becoming a top 6 AFL player. He's starting to join Bontempelli.
That's a big call.
No, he's starting
Now-
to
What'd
get
you
in
say?
there. He's slowly
That's
getting
ridiculous.
into that group.
That is
Top six.
ridiculous.
He's
what you
slowly
just
getting
said.
into that group.
No, that's ridiculous.
No.
He may get there at some stage, but
But
he's
he's-
a long way off that.
why can't Port win big games?
The pressure, they can't handle pressure on the footy. And when I say pressure, not external pressure, pressure on the football. The rating last night around 200 on average.
So does that come
Bradley.
down to personnel?
They just don't like pressure on the footy. A lot of inside 50 numbers, but because the ball was pressured,
Yeah.
they bomb it in higher, they don't enter it well, and their forwards can't hold up.
Ken Hinckley last night apologised to their supporters for his decision to play Connor Rosie. I don't think it was just his decision, but who was subbed out at three-quarter time due to his ongoing hamstring concern. How did they get this wrong?
Not Ken Hinckley's fault.
No.
Medical staff and Connor Rosie's
correct.
fault for putting his hand up. We all thought it was a bad call. Jars thought he should have played, but bad call.
Because he put his hand up as
Yep.
the club captain.
Yep.
So he should own it.
Do you like Ken Hinckley's approach of owning the mistake,
No,
taking
he doesn't need
responsibility?
to own it. He doesn't need to own it. Sometimes
It takes the
players
pressure
need to
off
take
others.
responsibility.
Yep, I agree.
Carlton Collingwood tonight, blockbuster. Jordan De Goey and Tom Mitchell both out injured for the Magpies. Blues starting its favourites.
Yeah,
Can you
they are.
believe that?
No,
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're higher on the ladder.
Who wins and why?
I'm going Collingwood.
I got a feeling Collingwood as well. That's why in the multi I went Collingwood the line.
Yeah.
I think they'll just find a way to win.
There you go. That's a siren. Honestly, that's 2 minutes.
Is that 2 minutes?
That's 2 minutes.
I like that.
Just one more.
Who come up with this?
Just
Surely
the
not you,
latest
Joe.
news that's come in. Yeah, Greg.
What's the latest news?
Or about Wayne Carey.
Oh, I don't know that. You go for it.
AFL have blocked Wayne Carey from gaining legend status in the New South Wales Hall of Fame.
On what grounds?
Uh,
Well, this doesn't say.
I'd say
it doesn't-
because of
the
stance.
domestic violence
Yes.
campaign that's
Yep.
all around the country. So,
Right.
that's news just come in. Andrew Dillon has blocked it from the AFL.
Right.
All right. So we're going to catch up with Tex very shortly.
Well, that's
Could
if we
he
get
be
on.
lurking around?
Not here. No,
He's not
on,
in Adelaide.
He's on tour, as
With
I
his
said.
family.
He's
With his dad, his brother.
Yeah, when you say family, he's
Oh,
he's,
no.
he's blood family.
So he's got on the private jet and taken off somewhere.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'll be surprised if we get hold of him. I spoke to him just before, and things were just starting to unravel
Did you hear
already.
any cans in the background?
Oh, that.
Does his football team know about this? Is he allowed to be...
Shit, are we on air? Block us. Get rid of it. Molly, dump it.
There's Nixie on the phone.
Charles, you were called Nixie last night.
Tex Walker to join us next. It's Triple M's Rush Hour. You're with Bernie, Bluey and Jars as you drive home on your Friday night.
For all your steel supplies, it has to be Centurion Steel. Centurion.com.au.
G'day, it's Tex Walker from the Crows.
Come on.
Let's talk about Tex.
Let's talk about Tex. Let's talk about Tex.
Live and exclusive for his only interview this century.
What?
Tex Walker joins us live from Sydney, I believe, but we haven't heard his voice for about half an hour. So welcome, Tex.
Turn it up, Bern. Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, what are you whacking your best mate for?
I'm not whacking him. I love
mate,
having
they're
him on.
celebrating a magnificent performance last night, Texan.
Oh, it was a good performance, wasn't it, Papa Bear?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Where's that producer, Tom? What's he doing? Get him on.
Yeah, no, he's no good. He's crying outside.
He's a Port Adelaide supporter and he's crying.
Or is he holding his girlfriend's hand, is he?
Yeah,
bit of both.
He was doing that until about 10 minutes in when they were 5 goals down already. How's your start? Darcy Fogarty on fire early.
Oh, yeah, he was good. Old Fog. It was good start. We're able to sustain that for the whole 4 quarters, and we're not going to talk footy, are we?
Well, we've got to cover the game a little bit, I suppose.
Just a bit, and then we'll talk about how many frothies you've had.
Greg's always good at footy questions. What do you got,
I
Greg?
am. Okay.
What do you got for me, Greg?
Hey, lucky they didn't kick straight, Tex.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Lucky, huh? Lucky. What did they kick?
Five goals, 18.
Poor
the
buggers.
pressure.
No,
Greg.
seriously, did you always think you had it covered? Because they'd snag a couple sort of towards the end of the 3rd quarter or start of the 4th, they're straight back into it.
Nah, they kept coming back at us. Obviously, the start was good for us, Gregory, and then we're able to sort of dumb the storm down. They come back out, I reckon, 2 or 3 times. So very, very mature win by the boys.
Yeah, -10 in inside 50s, -10 clearance, -14 contested possessions, but you win the scoreboard. That's the most important thing. I thought your defenders held up brilliantly, especially early with that onslaught of inside 50s. They were fantastic.
The Irishman was outstanding, Tex.
Oh, sure to be sure.
Yeah, so be sure to be sure.
Don't.
Nah, we love. He was unbelievable last night, Keeney, and as all the backs were, they were very diligent in beating their opposition, and then I thought with ball in hand, they were very calm and composed. So we were fortunate that the boys were played that way last night to give us a great look ahead of the ball.
A couple of things last night. A couple of your good mates, actually. Matty Crouch, game 150, was fantastic. Just so clean with the footy, stands out for me. And Rory Sloane, the send-off was a perfect send-off.
Yeah, Crouchy 150. We're such a better side with Crouch in there, and you just can't teach the ability to win a football like he does. And then obviously Sloane, he's a superstar. We love him, and it was just it's an unbelievable week, and then obviously a great send-off last night.
Geez, you and Sloaney watching that last night, I thought you were going to have to get a hotel room, Tex.
You getting arrested?
Turn it up, Bluey.
Yeah, what stupid questions
That's
that?
too
kissing,
stupid.
That's what football
Kissing,
was.
nearly put his tongue down his
That's
throat
what
at one
it's
stage.
It's about the team.
Jars, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. Yeah.
Well, that's what cricketers do, mate.
Don't answer
it. They're selfish by nature, these cricketers. They don't know about team.
You're
That's-
telling the story.
So he got a couple of love bites on his neck.
Oh, shut it. Greg's
Greg's whacking you, mate.
Unplug him. Hey, I believe you're in Sydney. Now you're up there celebrating something. You've
What are you
obviously
doing?
got up there early and celebrated
Sound like
early.
you've got a few
You're with
froths.
the Walker boys are on tour. Now that's dangerous.
Yeah, we'll have to get a couple in headlock tonight, I reckon, Bern. It's good coming up here because no one knows us, so we might run amok tonight.
Yeah,
We might run amok.
don't know if you know
Now,
much either.
Can you confirm or deny this? You reached out to an official at Triple M regarding your availability for some special comments for the Triple M football. Did you text someone about the fixture from round 16 to 23, even though it's not out, regarding Friday night footy?
No, he wouldn't have done that.
What are you talking about, Jars?
Did you send a text message saying that you're available on these dates when the fixture
Mate,
hasn't come out yet from round 16 to 20, round 23? Shut up. Yeah, all 18 teams are scheduled for Friday night footy. What are you doing, Tex?
Bugs Bunny again.
What's up, folks?
Don't.
Morse code.
It sounds like a little whippersnipper.
Did you reach out to some official for special comments. Shut up, you.
Sounds like he didn't.
What's the question? On the bottom?
Oh, off the both of you.
He's dropped the magic. He's dropped the magic.
Get stuffed.
Why don't you just go and make another statement, Greg?
the F-bomb.
But what are you up there in Sydney for? Isn't it? Your dad
He hasn't
getting
asked a
inducted.
question yet. I've asked him a question.
Well, was that a question?
Yes, it was.
Was
He's
it?
reached out to the management to do some more special comments.
What's wrong
from
with
round
that?
16 to 23. The schedule and the fixture hasn't come out yet, and all 18 teams playing a Friday night. So Texans stuffed up.
Well, that question went longer than my live golf question.
Did it?
Well, they're sick of you doing the special comments and putting everyone to sleep.
I don't do special comments. Satellite end. I don't do special. I've retired.
They're just comments.
I've called one game a year. What are they?
They're just comments with you.
What'd you call it?
Not special.
Nothing.
Satellite.
I didn't.
Satellite is. That's not nice.
Go and celebrate with the Walker boys, all right? And don't get locked up.
And I'll make sure my old man and brother do.
Well, but in all seriousness, your old man's getting inducted tonight, isn't he? What into?
He is in the New South Wales Hall of Fame, so
brilliant.
He's a bit excited. We just hope that he doesn't have to speak because we probably won't get home till June, July if he gets on the microphone.
Yeah,
right.
Enjoy yourself.
Well done
last night.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Good luck, Molly. Look after those bullheads.
See you, mate.
See ya.
You're listening to Triple M's Rush Hour with Bernie Bluey and Jars. We're here thanks to Ladbrokes. Take on the fun at this Adelaide Carnival with a Ladbrokes same race multi. Download the app today and Ladbroke it. You win some, you lose more.
Nice. Right.
How's this week been, Jars?
I think it's been a very productive week. We had you missing for 3 days.
Yep.
But Greg had a horrible day.
Did he have a
He
bad...
slaughtered every live read. Didn't he, Molly?
That's my concern. When I'm not here, that's an extra sort
It's
of
not
paragraph
good.
each.
He mumbled like he had no teeth.
Well, you can't talk after today's.
It was a little live hangover. You know, not an official hangover, but it'd been a big 4 or 5 days.
So we were a bit flat.
What's your excuse?
Pardon? I don't have excuses.
What was your excuse?
He had sore eyes.
And what about today? So we did our reads before the show. So this will play in next week's highlights because you had about 15 goes.
No, I've got eye issues.
All right.
And my lip needs to be refixed. This is what.
Is that the only issues you've got?
Yeah, have a listen.
Oh, dear.
After a sharp week on the Rush Hour.
Well. I'm sharp as a fox.
It's time.
I'm going to have a free Friday, pupil-free Friday. No whacking.
Right. No whacking.
For the highlight tapes.
So this is legit.
This is legit. So on legit.
On the show this week, we had some big events to promote. Events so big, Jars even wanted to promote the promote of the promotion.
All right, and we got the Talk Over the Tyrants to promote as well.
Yeah, that's a great hook.
That's on the running sheet.
Right.
People right across Adelaide were staying in their cars to hear that one. But what you really can't miss on the show is when Jars drops some juicy mail.
Is this mailbag?
No, I've retired from mailbag.
So what is it?
Well, it's mail,
Right, but it's not mailbag.
but I don't want my name linked to it.
Right, so what was Jars' mail that wasn't mailbag? I'm sure it'll be nice and clear.
My intel is
Oh my God.
that the Live Golf and the SA government obviously have got together and we could hear an announcement that it'll be a 6-year agreement to keep Live Golf here at Adelaide.
Wow, great mail, Jars. And I don't think anyone will be confused by that. Unless, of course, someone asks a follow-up question.
So not 6 years in total, another 6 years
No.
added on to...
No, 6. So the 2.
6 from now.
The 2 plus 4 more.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a 6-year agreement.
well, that's what I'm saying. An
Yeah, that's
extension
I
of 2
agree.
years.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right, okay, I still think everyone's on the same page.
Did that go well?
No, I'm even more confused now.
No, I'm
So-
not confused.
So we've got 2 more years locked in.
And another 4 more years on the back of that.
No, another 2.
Oh, no.
No, because it's only a 4. That means it's only 4 years.
What?
It's 6 years, Greg.
This is not.
It's true, Molly.
Is this happening?
I think you might have lost them, Jars.
So what is it now? My God, it's 2023, so we'll have it until 2029.
I'm just going to
Can we please go to a break?
Good idea. Let's just quickly move
So
on.
there you go. Tick, tick.
Okay.
Another 6 years.
Can we please get out of this? Please.
Moving Moving on. In the past, we've had some problems getting names right on this show, but I'm pretty sure that's all behind us.
Well, Ryan Bern got dropped. There was a contest that didn't really help his cause.
No, that's been his downfall.
Knock on him. Choco
hasn't coached for about 30 years, but that's okay.
Now, one of your ex-teammates says to say hello.
Who?
Danielle Ponting, who I love. I call her Showtime.
Who did you call her?
Showtime.
No, what's her
Danielle
name?
Ponting.
No, that's not her name.
Danielle Ponter.
Oh, no. What, Ricky Ponting's sister?
Get back.
Ponting. I got the double take from Jennifer Hawkins.
Jennifer Hawkins. Now, we're going to catch up with Riley O'Reilly after 5. Titus, a.k.a. Riley Titus O'Reilly. Now, Bern and Greg. And Bern.
He's not here.
We're down at Adelaide, the River Torrens, for the Adelaide Crows and Port Adelaide Showdown for the Torp over the Torrens, thanks to Macca, Greg.
We'll give away Macca's.
Sorry, we can't fit anything else in this week as our live read stuff-ups go for about 5.5 minutes. Enjoy.
We are broadcasting live from the Torrens at 4 p.m. with our 2,165 Torp over the Torrens, thanks to Macca's.
How can you... What's going on?
Where did you get 65 from?
Mine got tired.
This Thursday before the showdown, come on down and say good day to me and Bernie. Wave goodbye to Jars, do whatever you want. Proudly brought to you by Macca's.
Are you okay?
What's wrong?
I'm trying to add live. I'm trying to add some live.
Right. Thursday from 4 p.m. And yes, you can get amongst it because the action, we are going to be broadcasting live. Exciting stuff, family. Yes, Macca's Torp over the Torrens is happening before the showdown this Friday.
No, it's Thursday.
I was looking at Greg. This is where I need Bern. See, Bern calms me down. This Thursday from 4 p.m. You can get amongst it with the action. Get amongst the action. The Savo on the Triple M Rush Hour. What do we have?
Well, the man with any...
What's that, Greg? Say it again,
Start
Greg.
again.
Put your teeth back
Start
in.
again.
You stuff that up. Get that in there, Tommy.
Is at sterlinghomes.com.au or call 834 0115.
And that's the highlight tapes.
Construction starts fast. Just 12 weeks after you've submitted your deposit.
I've never heard so many. You were My favourite bit of that, Torp over the Torrens thanks to Macca. What's Macca like? Good bloke.
See you next week.
Triple M's Rush Hour.